What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We are doing a review of Gear 5 for the English dub of One Piece. As many of you might know, I'm a big One Piece fan. I've been watching it for years now, and really got into it around COVID, and it was just such an amazing series, and I've been following it, waiting for the new dubs when I caught up to where the English ended, and as someone who doesn't necessarily like to watch sub, I prefer to watch in English. It's just my preference. I don't think one is better than the other. I just prefer to watch in English. I've been waiting for Gear 5 for a while. I've seen a lot of pictures of it and heard things and articles, so I kind of knew about it ahead of time, but I've been waiting to see it. Just wanted to do a tiny review of how I felt when we finally got to that moment. But hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. Yeah, so we got on Sunday, which is weird because it's usually on a Tuesday, never get them on Sunday. We got the release of the newest dub batch, which was episodes 1061 through 1073, with a couple of the special recap episodes, although they forgot to sub the one at the beginning. They forgot to dub the one at the beginning of the batch. There was the one in the middle was dubbed, but the one at the beginning was still subtitled. So sometimes I find those things get oversight, which is funny because there's really little to no new dialogue for those recap episodes, except for the people who are narrating it have a little bit of stuff sprinkled throughout, but it's mostly all just look back. But yeah, so Luffy finally made it to Gear 5 at episode 1071. So we had 3 episodes of it, and it's hilarious. So this is gonna be spoiler territory for any of you who haven't got to this point. So I would suggest maybe just not go watch One Piece. It's really great, and then we can talk about it afterwards if you want to watch this video. So Luffy reaches Gear 5, and if you followed One Piece at all, he has gears 2 through 5 now. Obviously, the first gear is just his normal rubber gum powers. Second gear, was when he used his rubber powers to pump the blood beneath his veins, and usually the rubber would kind of move almost like pumps in his legs and stuff like that, and that would make him kind of like a darker pink tinge, which would make him more powerful. Gear 3 is when he would blow air into his body parts, creating huge fists, which would at the beginning of it, whenever he did that, that would turn him into a tiny little dude for a couple minutes. So it would have a weakness. Of course, after the time skip, there was he had mastered that ability, so there was no backlash from either of Gear 2 or Gear 3. And then when we got to Dressrosa, we had Gear 4, which was kind of like the almost like Bounce Man. He combined his Gear 3 abilities with Hockey to create kind of like a big red armor around his arms and legs, which gave them really super strong powers. So I mean, there's that too. That was a really fun one, Gear 4. Although the Bounce Man was kind of ridiculous. Although Gear 5 is kind of ridiculous. So we get to Gear 5 in Wano, and he's seemingly been defeated by Kaido, by the CP0 getting in the way, basically. Just kind of like how Odin was defeated by Kaido when someone else interfered with their battle, which Kaido is very disappointed by, because it just feels to him like he's been cheated out of, the victory that he so wanted, or even the defeat that he so wanted, because someone basically got in the way of their honorable fight, which is definitely an honorable fight kind of guy, even for being an evil villain. So there's that. Anyways, so he goes downstairs to tell everyone that Luffy's been defeated. Meanwhile, Luffy starts to have something happen to him, and you have the giant elephant that has Zoe on its back, Zunisha, calling out to Momonosuke, telling him that the drums of liberation, can you hear it? Can you hear it? And he says, Joy Boy has returned. And Luffy's hair and clothes get turned completely white, and he has this kind of cloud-like material kind of coming off of him, and his eyebrows are white, and the animation style almost seemingly changes, and it's quite wild, really. The animation style gets really cartoony, really freaky, and but it's kind of meshed with that kind of serious animation style that One Piece has sometimes. And I've actually been amazed with the changes to the animation style throughout Wano. Like when they got to the arc fighting Kaido, things got really like really just intense. Just the battle kind of animation style, of the dragon and fighting, and just was just super intense. But yeah, now it's taken to like one step further. It's almost like that serious animation style mixed in with Looney Tunes, and just the funniest stuff is happening. It's just really wild, and I really like it. I think it's really kind of cool. It's kind of like, like his powers of Gear 5 break reality is almost like, like they break reality, and we've entered the Looney Tune zone of of One Piece. And just his constant laughter is just great. And then, of course, if you have read or kept up on everything, and the world government basically reveals at this point, as the five elders are talking, is that the gum gum fruit is not a real fruit. They changed the name of Luffy's fruit to the gum gum fruit. So his was thought to be a paramecia type, but it's not. It's actually a Zoan, a mythical Zoan type, known as the human fruit, mythical type model Nika. So we know that Chopper has the human fruit, the regular one that allows him to change into just a human, which, although some people actually feel like his human fruit isn't like an actual human fruit. It might be like a mythical model Yeti or something like that. And some people have said, just because there's some funny things about Chopper's transformation. But anyways, so Luffy's is the human fruit, mythical Zoan model Nika, which is after the sun god Nika, who was known as the warrior of liberation, who would bring a smile, who would free people and bring a smile to them doing it. He was seen as someone who brought liberation, brought freedom, and definitely Luffy feels free of all cares. Definitely feels like there is nothing he fears, nothing he's worried about. He is totally free from anything that he feels. This is definitely crazy, and you can see it in his abilities. Just the fact that he can bend the world around him, and the funny things that he can do are just hilarious. It's a really cool ability. I've been waiting for it for a long time, and I really do enjoy it. You can see here in some of the pictures, it just looks crazy, and the things he can do, and just him bouncing around and stuff like that and laughing is just so refreshing. And the battle's hilarious. It's just hilarious. And that's one of the things I really love about this. The battle is so funny now. It was like so serious, and now it's just like complete comedy. For the one side that, Kaido's like not having a good day, but Luffy's just just clowning around and enjoying the battle. But yeah, it's definitely a cool transformation. So it goes into the thing that Nika, the sun god, would free people, and that's kind of like how Luffy is. And it also goes that they said that he could shape the world around him, like he just with unrealistic powers, which is definitely, this kind of goes to show that. So it's, Luffy's rubber powers are technically part of the fruit, but it's not Paramecia. He's not a rubber man. He is the like incarnation of Nika. So I mean, that's kind of cool. It definitely is a really fun experience. The last 3 episodes of the dub were just really fun, and can't wait for the next dub, which will pretty much finish off the Wano arc. So I'm glad we're getting close to the end. We can get into Egghead, which I think will have a lot more explanation of, lots of key information. So I can't wait for that. That's going to be really, really good. Finally getting to meet Dr. Vegapunk, so I'm excited for that, and excited to see Luffy master more fully Gear 5, and to see other people's reaction to Gear 5 fully. I mean, like they've seen a little bit. They had his head shoot through the roof, and he had made it all giant, and everyone was like, there's so much eyeball popping. It definitely feels like a Looney Tunes thing, so that's kind of funny. And I love Looney Tunes as well, so I mean, I love that too. I mean, if you guys don't realize, whenever I say that's all for now, folks, it's in reminiscence, it's in kind of honoring or a shout out to Looney Tunes. You had the gosh, I can't remember them, but you had the pig guy. I can't remember his name right now, but he was like the that's all for now, folks, at the end of the thing. So that's kind of like in reference to that. But definitely love the art style. I can't say how amazing it is if you're into One Piece. It only gets better over time, and the amazing job they did on Gear 5 was just super exciting, and I'm really happy with it. And I'm hoping we get to see the other mythical like Zoan god types, because they're supposed to be like one. Nika is the sun god. They're supposed to be like I think like water. No, like rain, earth, and I can't remember. There's supposed to be like four others, almost like the 4 elements. Not really quite, because he's the sun god, not really like a fire god. But there's supposed to be 4 other gods in One Piece, and there's I think there's some speculation that Luffy's dad might have one of them, and that Emu, I can't remember how to say her name, but the person who actually rules this world government secretly behind everything, who sits on the she sits on that throne that's supposed to be empty. I think she might have one as well. So I mean, we'll see what happens. They haven't this fruit hasn't been awakened in over 800 years. So this is where kind of things change. The game changes. This is the final level, I guess, of his power. So we'll see if this is enough to basically take on all his foes, or if there's still a stronger place he can get to. But I think that's it, guys. We talked a little bit about it. We had a bit of a discussion. I want to know your guys' thoughts. If you've seen this, what are your thoughts about Gear 5? And how do you feel? Like, do you feel the animation style's good? Do you like it, or do you not like it? Do you think it's too cartoony? And tell me if you enjoyed this dub batch. If you're an English person, and if you're a person who watches subs, you've probably seen this a long time ago, and congrats to you guys. Anyways, I think that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.